Imagine a future where civilization itself is on wheels, and the strongest cities hunt the weak in a deadly game of survival. In this recap, we're diving into the visually stunning, high-stakes world of mortal engines, where humanity's last remnants are locked in a battle of survival. This is an action sci-fi movie you don't want to miss. Join us. At the beginning of the movie, a narrator describes the 60-minute war, the most catastrophic conflict in human history. This war lasted only an hour but caused immense destruction, shattering the Earth's surface and drastically altering its geography. Afterward, the surviving humans formed mobile cities known as traction cities, which could move on wheels. Over time, these cities became part of a new societal system called municipal Darwinism. In this system, larger predator cities would hunt smaller ones to consume their resources and ensure their survival. The film then shifts focus to a girl with a scarf hiding her face as she surveys the mountains using a telescope. She spots the massive city of London approaching and hurries back to warn her town, Salzhocken. Salzhocken, a smaller traction city, is about to be attacked by London, one of the larger predator cities. The town's residents react quickly, starting their engines to transform their town into a mobile vehicle in an attempt to escape. Despite their best efforts, London swiftly closes the distance, and Salzhocken is captured under the command of London's Lord Mayor, Magnus Krome. While the people of Salzhocken try desperately to flee, they are ultimately overtaken, and their town is absorbed into the larger predator city. Inside London, we get a glimpse of the city's interior and its various infrastructures. The city has museums filled with relics of the past, including minion statues which are revered as American deities. The people of post-war society interpret the remnants of the old world in their own way. Tom Natsworthy, a low-ranking apprentice historian who works at the London Museum, meets Catherine Valentine, the daughter of the city's deputy Lord Mayor, Thaddeus Valentine. Despite her high status, Catherine is kind to Tom and they walk through the museum, examining ancient artifacts like smartphones and computers. Tom shows her a video of the 60-minute war, which he retrieved from an old hard drive. He explains that the war was fought using a devastating quantum energy weapon called Medusa, which was responsible for fracturing the Earth's crust. Tom also mentions that the museum has been losing pieces of old weapon technology, but his concerns were ignored by his seniors. To prevent further theft, he has been secretly storing the remaining tech in a private locker. Meanwhile, the people of Salzhocken, now inside London, are ordered to evacuate their captured town, which is set to be demolished. They are allowed to bring personal belongings but no weapons. However, the girl in the scarf manages to smuggle a knife with her. Tom and Catherine arrive at the lowest levels of the city, where they witness the Salzhocken residents being processed. Tom is excited by the sight of old electronics, including a high-quality toaster. Soon, Thaddeus Valentine arrives and praises Tom for his knowledge of technology. However, Tom becomes uneasy when a worker hands Valentine a dangerous piece of old tech, a remnant of nuclear weapons, and the way Valentine speaks about it raises Tom's suspicions. While a brawl starts among the people, the girl with the scarf approaches Valentine and stabs him, declaring that it is revenge for her mother, Pandora Shaw. Valentine is shocked upon hearing the name. Before she can attack again, Tom intervenes and chases the girl as she flees through the crumbling remains of Salzhocken. The two end up near the city's waste chute. As they struggle, Tom sees a scar on the girl's face, and she reveals her name is Hester Shaw. She tells him that Valentine murdered her mother before letting go of his hand and falling into the chute. Valentine arrives shortly afterward, and Tom questions him about Pandora Shaw. Valentine, appearing bothered, pushes Tom into the waste chute after Hester, hiding the incident when his daughter Catherine arrives. Catherine later confronts her father about Pandora Shaw, but he brushes off her questions and this leaves her suspicious. Tom regains consciousness outside the city in an unfamiliar location, only to find that Hester has stolen his money. Despite this, he follows her, but Hester is angry at him for ruining her long-planned attempt at revenge. Tom begs her for help in getting back to London, but Hester ignores him. Meanwhile, back in London, the Lord Mayor criticizes Valentine for leading them into Europe, where they are running out of resources. Valentine insists that his energy project, which he is secretly working on, will save the city. The Lord Mayor, however, remains doubtful of his plans. While Tom and Hester rest in the wilderness, they are attacked by scavengers. While trying to escape, an elderly couple rescues them, offering shelter in their land-roving vehicle. Hester, injured during the fight, tends to her wounds and later confides in Tom. She explains that her mother, Pandora Shaw, was an archaeologist who often unearthed old technology. Valentine, always fascinated by Pandora's discoveries, eventually killed her when she found something he wanted but refused to give him. In the process, he also disfigured Hester. She mentions that her mother had given her a necklace before her death and told her to run away. Meanwhile, back in London, Valentine secretly continues his work on Medusa, the deadly weapon from the 60-minute war. The tech that had been disappearing from the museum was stolen by Valentine for this project. He plans to use the Medusa to break through the shield wall that protects Shangua, a static anti-traction city, and seize its abundant resources. Valentine believes this is the only way to secure London's future, as smaller traction cities are becoming scarce, leaving London without enough to prey upon. While speaking with his chief scientist, Valentine learns that a dangerous cyborg has been found in the sea and visits its location. The creature tells Valentine that Hester broke a promise to him, and he seeks vengeance. Discovering they both want the same thing, Valentine releases the cyborg and allows it to go after Hester. In the meantime, Catherine, troubled by her father's secrecy, seeks out Tom's friend Bevis to learn more. Bevis reveals that Valentine pushed Tom into the waste chute, shocking Catherine. He also informs her that Valentine is working on a covert project, which further increases her determination to uncover the truth. She promises to show Bevis the old technology that Tom had shown her, hoping to unravel the mystery behind her father's actions. While still aboard the vehicle of the old couple, Tom wakes Hester up, realizing that they've been deceived and are heading south instead. Soon, Tom discovers a way out of the vehicle, but Hester, who is injured, cannot jump. Despite the danger, Tom refuses to leave her, and they are eventually captured and taken to a town where they are put up for auction as slaves. At the auction, Hester is nearly sold when a mysterious girl steps in, claiming Hester for herself. The auctioneer recognizes this girl as Anna Fong, a wanted criminal and a member of the Anti-Traction League, an organization that opposes the mobile cities and works with Shangu's leader, Quan. Anna kills the auctioneer with a single shot and helps Tom and Hester escape. However, just as they make their escape, Shrike, the cyborg who has been hunting Hester, appears. Hester recognizes him immediately and begins to panic. As Shrike gets closer to them, Anna intervenes again, saving them by flying them away in her airship. During the flight, Hester opens up about her connection to Shrike. After Valentine killed her mother, Shrike found Hester and took care of her, essentially becoming her surrogate parent. Shrike is the last of his kind, the only remaining cyborg, after the others were wiped out. Over time, Shrike grew tired of Hester's constant sadness and built an exoskeleton for her, intending to transform her into a cyborg to remove her suffering. Hester agreed to the transformation, but before it could happen, she discovered Valentine's whereabouts and ran away. Feeling betrayed, Shrike has been chasing her ever since, intending to kill her for breaking her promise. Tom is stunned by this revelation. Meanwhile, the airship takes them to an airborne city called Airhaven, where they meet other members of the Anti-Traction League. They suspect that Valentine's recent activities are connected to the events surrounding Hester's mother, Pandora. Hester reveals that her mother was killed for a mysterious box, which Valentine now possesses. As they discuss the box, Tom recalls that Valentine was handed an old tech device that was used in the 60-minute war. He realizes that Valentine is planning to use the box to restart Medusa. Tom explains that the box is actually the core system of the Medusa weapon, which uses quantum energy. The only way to stop the weapon is to use a crash drive, a special key that can override the weapon's firing sequence. Meanwhile, in London, Tom's former superior, Herbert, informs Valentine about the old tech Tom had hidden. Valentine quickly sends his men to retrieve it, while Catherine and Bevis also go to the museum to investigate. However, they find that the devices have already been taken. With the help of the museum's overseer, they discover a hidden passage to St. Paul's Cathedral, where Valentine is developing the Medusa weapon. Inside the cathedral, they witness Valentine revealing the fully completed Medusa, and overhear his plans to use it to attack Shangu. The current Lord Mayor attempts to stop Valentine, but his guards have already switched allegiance, and Valentine kills the mayor. Catherine, horrified by her father's actions, flees the scene. Back at Airhaven, Shrike suddenly arrives again, wreaking havoc and setting the city ablaze as he searches for Hester. Amidst the chaos, Shrike catches up to Tom and Hester and nearly kills Tom, but when Hester pleads for Shrike to spare him, Shrike realizes that Hester has found someone she cares for and no longer needs to become a cyborg. With this realization, Shrike gives Hester the necklace that Pandora gave her and dies from his injuries. Hester, Tom, and the Anti-Traction League now head to Shangu to warn Governor Quan of Valentine's plan. Anna Fong urges Quan to launch a preemptive strike against London before they are attacked, but Tom argues that innocent Londoners should not suffer for Valentine's actions. Quan, while sympathetic, insists that defending his city is the priority, and preparations for battle begin. While Tom is still conflicted, Hester makes a significant discovery. The necklace her mother gave her contains the crash drive needed to stop Medusa. As they race to inform Anna, Valentine launches the first attack on Shangu's shield wall, partially destroying it. This starts a chaos, and the city is thrown into disarray as people struggle to survive the aftermath of the explosion. Valentine orders his forces to recharge Medusa for a second strike, but it will take time. With the crash drive in hand, Anna, Hester, and Tom join the anti-tractionist fleet and fly toward London to stop the weapon. In the ensuing aerial battle, many of the League's members are killed, but Anna, Hester, and Tom manage to break through and approach London. Anna hovers the aircraft over the city, allowing Hester to get inside with the crash drive. Afterward, she hands control of the aircraft to Tom and confronts Valentine in a direct fight, distracting him so that Hester can override Medusa. With only seconds left before the weapon launches, Hester successfully deactivates it. Enraged, Valentine kills Anna by pushing her from a platform. He then confronts Catherine and urges her to escape with him, but she condemns him for his actions and refuses. Inside London's control room, Valentine's men kill the operators, and Valentine decides to crash London into the shield wall, intending to destroy it and claim Shanggu's resources. Catherine attempts to stop the collision by pulling the brakes, but the system has been corrupted. She contacts Tom via radio, and he instructs her to open the engine's gate. Tom then flies his aircraft into the engine system, launching missiles that disable London's engines, halting the city just in time before it crashes into the wall. Seeing the turn of events, Valentine boards his own aircraft to escape, but Hester confronts him once again. During the resulting fight, Hester briefly hesitates when she remembers that her mother had an affair with Valentine, but she regains her composure and latches onto Tom's aircraft just in time. Tom then launches a missile at Valentine's aircraft, but he escapes yet again. However, while hiding on the ground, Valentine is crushed by the wheels of the London city just as it finally comes to a stop. The residents of the city soon emerge and walk toward Shanggu, seeking a fresh start. The movie finally ends with Tom and Hester embracing, promising to explore the world together. If you enjoyed this recap, also check out these other action and sci-fi recaps on the channel.